Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm about to embark on lesson 73 of the Course in Miracles workbook lessons. And I just wanted to take a moment to remind you that if you are finding this video, whenever it finds you, these messages are timeless. These lessons just keep rolling over year after year. I'm doing them until I know within my inner being, truly know that I got it. But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna just stop learning. I mean, this journey is eternal, and the learning is eternal. But you always move on to new texts, new podcasts, new influencers, new, kind of speakers and spiritual leaders. I mean, there's just always new. But again, if you are looking for truth, if you are trying to, if deep down you know that there is something more, this is probably what you've been looking for. You may come across this video a year from now, and I'm hoping that I'm going to continue posting, even though it might look a little dated. I mean, my videos actually look kind of dated. Even in current time, because I'm a very simple person. I just really want to get the message out there, and I'm doing this off my phone, an Android even, and I'm okay with it. My ego wants to tear me to bits about how I should be investing in expensive video equipment, and I should be doing all these fancy things in video editing, and maybe one day I will get to that place where I want to, start to really tap into that creative bit within myself to really play around with the editing software, because it's fun, and it's, I'll take pleasure in trying all the different functionalities of the software or the app or what have you. But just to get back to my point, this work is timeless. This message is timeless. So even if you hadn't started on lesson 1 and you were just like, what is this chick talking about, and what is this ACIM or A Course in Miracles, and you just decide to listen because you're curious, then you're meant to hear it. You're meant to hear it, and it will open something in your mind which will push you further to ask more questions, take a deeper dive, and then you might find yourself maybe going through these workbook lessons, or at least starting the text of this work, and then that will lead you to start lesson 1. And you don't have to do lesson 1 on January 1. You can start at any time. In fact, Spirit is saying start wherever you feel the need to start, and if that's at lesson 73, so be it. I mean, it's incredible how the universe, Holy Spirit, they just want everybody from past, present, and future energies, beings, to really kind of get this, because we are it. It's another way to describe it, it's like taking a beam of light. The beam of light is not going to argue its lightness, and it's not going to debate with another beam of light, who's brighter, who's darker. They just exist as light. And when they shine on an object or another beam of light, everything gets brighter. I mean, that's essentially what our humanness is. All of this out here, my red hair, my freckled skin, my green eyes, my nose, my mouth, all of this, all of what makes up you is just that. It's just this mask. It's a covering. But behind all of this is just a beam of light. But the reason why I'm sharing this information is that beam of light has been cloaked, has just been like covered in a whole lot of fear, shame, and guilt. Unloving shit. Probably started from when you were very small. We're not going to go blaming parents and teachers, and because I probably was also part of the problem, as I'm also projecting my own cloak of darkness, fear, shame, guilt onto others. So I could be a reason for others to have also put up more blocks. And I'm willing to be real about it and honest, and I've already kind of gone through my repentance within myself and forgiven myself, because we are all doing the best we can here. But that's it. It's like beam of light to beam of light. And can't really argue streams of light. They just are. And that's all it is that's all we are. But we have, intelligence in this beam of light, and we have free will, and we can choose whether we want to be the beam of light, or we want to be all the things that have covered that light that just doesn't make any sense, because they are not fun feeling emotions. I mean, let's just I'm going to speak to myself like I'm a 4-year-old. It's not fun. This is not a happy shadow. And any chance, any opportunity we can take to remove this black mist. And again, it's not even, you can't even feel it. It's like cloud mist. You can actually put your hand right through it. It's almost like that holographic image that we've created. So if you can put your hand through it like you can clouds, fog, then what is it? It's nothing. But we continue to make it something because we are choosing from our minds, because that's where the projection is coming from, to keep it alive, to keep giving it life, all this stuff around that beam of light. I might actually keep this video as is and then start another video for the actual lesson that I was going to do, which is, lesson 73, I will there be light. I knew that this was the title of the lesson. I did not expect to be talking about the beam of light theory, but it's such a simple theory. I'm sure you've heard it before, not new information, but it's kind of like people who argue law of attraction. I'm going to quote Abraham Hicks because I love Esther Hicks and I love the work of Abraham. And it's like people want to argue, it's like gravity. It just is. You can't argue gravity, right? Same with law of attraction. You may want to assume that everything you focus on, even if you don't want it, well, if I don't want it and I want this, I'm only going to get this because I'm telling the universe that I want this. But if you are also thinking and feeling in your mind how you don't want something, the universe only sees the something. I want this something, you're going to get it, and I don't want this something, you're going to get that too, because the universe only sees the end something, the vision, the focus, not the feeling behind it, right? Okay, so you can't argue law of attraction like you can't argue gravity. You can't argue, it just is, just like the beams of light. It just is. And we tend to argue for our limitations. We have this pride, but no, this person did this to me. No, I was wronged. No, they stole from me. They lied to me. They bullied me. I mean, okay, those things all may have happened, but if you want to like really zoom out from all that stuff, the stuff around their beam of light and the stuff around our beam of light, because the stuff around both beams of light are arguing with each other. If you can just go to that stuff, that black mist, and just go, gone, smoke. Get rid of the smoke. You're getting back to the beams of light. Now, I might be doing that work in how I see things. So I'm just going to, but that other beam of light may not be doing that work. But that can't be your business. Okay? The more you still see that person's beam of light, that light, right? That light source in, of that makes up that being. Okay? But they're still connected to that black mist around them. It doesn't actually matter. Again, it doesn't mean to say that you're going to become automatic best friends from the person. You won't become automatic best friends from the person that is still cloaked in that black mist, because the frequency is different. So you're the beam of light. You've kind of dissipated all that black mist around you. So you're seeing clearly now, and you are seeing the beam of light, but you also know that they're surrounded by that black cloud, that black gunky stuff of guilt, shame, resentment, hurt, anger. But you could still see the beam of light. But if they're not going to allow you to, kind of get through that mist, and they can't get out of that mist, you're going to like give it space and still respect. Because deep down, since you can feel your own beam of light, you can feel their beam of light. You'll be able to see it. But you have so much respect for their light that you'll also know that they're not ready to remove their mist, their black cloud. And you're not going to take it personally, because light doesn't take things personally. Beams of light, they just are. So you don't take it personally. You give them the grace and the space to stay connected in their black mist, their cloud. I don't want to say black, but just fog, smog, just lack of clarity. It's just so thick. It's so thick that they just can't see through it. You can see through it, but you can also see, because you have vision, clear vision, that they're still in that fog. But you're not going to take it personally. You're going to allow them the space to work it out when they're ready to work it out. And you're going to be okay with it. And you're going to be okay with their timeline and their timing to work it out. I just wanted to start this lesson. I just got on this beams of light stuff. I mean, I've been doing this work for so long, and I feel such a calling to share this feeling. And I've been through some shit in my life, so I know that if I can get there, and I'm not like at the pinnacle of it, I'm still climbing the mountain, but it doesn't feel like I have a hacksaw through the jungle doing this anymore. Now it's this flow, I've got my oxygen, I've got my strength, and it feels good. That's like when that workout feels good, not like dying. This is a struggle. This hurts, and I want to quit. No, 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 no. I am, now I feel like I'm, kind of in that flow. But before, it was like a jungle. Sha, sha. Oh, animals. Bad, icky snake. Cha. Big, leafy, you know, plants. Got to get through just heavy, thick brush. It's cha, cha. And it doesn't feel that way anymore. And how great is that? That, when you were there and now you can get to here. And I'm the first to say, if I can do it, you can do it. It may take it might take a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to take as much time as it took me because, like I said, and I've said this before, time is kind of collapsing and energy is moving much faster and the planet is evolving at a faster rate now. So this information isn't so foreign when you come across it because it's just everywhere now. But whoever's, meant to hear this, you're meant to kind of reach me in this information. And I do hope I can be of service because I am just so grateful for the information that has come to me. And it has been through people. It has been through, people like, Esther Hicks and Muji and the authors of A Course in Miracles and David Hoffmeister, who was the pioneer of this work, at least I think he was. There's so many. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's merging the science with the woo-woo for the ones that are just, it's like they want to believe, but they need cold hard facts. Tony Robbins, these are just like, and you've got the Oprahs and you've got the Gabby Bernsteins. There's just a long list of people, of helpers. And then it's just like, my dog has been like one of my saviors. God, Jesus Christ, coming back to the awareness of that energy. Some of the Reiki practitioners that I've met with, and then just the countless YouTube influencers. I'm just so grateful. So I didn't do this alone. What helps though is when you start to, I think the starting point was the meditation, because the meditation work, when you start to meditate, it starts to sharpen your intuition. So the intuition then becomes like your guidance system. So you're going to get intuitive hits to have a listen to this person. Something looks interesting in your feed on whatever platform, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Something nudges you to listen, hit play. That's your guidance system. But when you do the meditation work, it really sharpens that guidance, those like I said, those intuitive hits. And then it's just a rabbit hole, and not a rabbit hole, but just like a flow of the right information, the right people to recommend the right books. Brian Weiss, Many Minds, Many Masters. Am I screwing up that title? I'm not here to name drop, but there's Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. Oh my God, there's so many. And Eckhart Tolle and the Power of Now, that was life changing. I feel like that book is as powerful as the Bible in terms of just vibrationally speaking. I feel like that book is like physically healed people that have just gotten some really horrific diagnoses. Read that book, Power of Now. So many, so much. But the meditation was a good starting point for me. Because then, and I always tell my coaching clients, when you start meditating, you're like telling the heavens, the universe, all right, I'm on the radio station. And they're like, Here, she's listening now. Okay, now we got your attention. Now the channel is open. We are connected. We've got each other's email address. We've got the right telephone number. The line is clear. No more static, no more blockages. But that's it. When you start to do even just the first day, a couple of minutes of meditation, you are literally informing the universe, God, spirit, whatever your belief system is, source. I'm ready. I'm now opening myself up to the guidance, to the information, to the path. So meditation is a really good starting point. If you're finding like, where do I even begin? You've just named all these different people and books and it's a lot, but it's because of the meditation that led me to this person, that led me to this author, that led me to, and it's just been a beautiful unfolding of information. And you'll know if the information's for you because you're just going to feel a big yes in your chest, because this is where the intelligence is. This is where this is infinite intelligence is here. Okay, I think I'm going to actually jump off and start a new video with the Course in Miracles workbook lesson 73. But boy, I went off on kind of a tangent, but something that's so important, I think, to understand. At least for me, that hit home for me once I figured out, like, getting back to like the two beams of light. And this text definitely helped me better understand it. But all of the people that I mentioned were part of this journey, like my buddies, and they have no freaking clue who I am. Hi, if you decide to jump on here. They have no clue, but they're like part of my soul family. I'm like, who is this girl, Chris? Anyways, I hope whoever comes across this information, this video, I hope it helps. I hope somebody out there benefits from this. Much love.